This is by far one of the more unique bikes I've ever got to review. Big shout out goes out to DYU for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their electric bikes. This is the M20 model. In this review, I'm going to go over everything there's to know about this electric bike. But first, let's get started with the specs. So this is the DYU M20 electric bike. It features a 750 watt, 1500 watt peak geared hub motor in the rear, coupled with a 48 volts, 18.2 amp hour removable battery. DYU claims that this should give you a range of up to 100 miles using pedal assist, and depending on riding conditions, of course. We have 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires, coupled with mechanical brakes front and rear with 180mm rotors. This bike also has a front suspension fork, as well as a rear monoshock for a smooth, comfortable ride, a Shimano 7-speed with the Shimano derailleur, and a fairly large seat that's uniquely shaped. In the front of the bike, we have a headlight that's decently bright, and in the rear we have a taillight and an active brake light. The total weight of this bike is 88 pounds, with the max load capacity of 264 pounds. And up on the handlebars, we have our front brake, a half twist throttle, and our Shimano gear switcher. In the center, we have our display. And over on the left side, we have our rear brake, the on, off, and mode selection buttons, the headlight button, a USB port, and the horn. And that's pretty much it for the specs. I will have a discount code for you guys. That'll be in the description down below, along with the link if you're interested in this model. Now, this is the DYU M20, but sometimes on their website it's referred to as the LB02 if I'm not mistaken, so don't get confused, it's the same exact bike. But let's continue the review and jump straight into our speed test. Now, very quickly, before I do the speed test, I do want to show you the starting procedure on this bike. This battery does have an on-off switch that needs to be switched on in order for the bike to turn on. And once you're on the bike, we have a power button over here. You hit that for a couple of seconds and the bike will turn on. Now, this bike might come locked out of the box and only have 2 pedal assist, but you can unlock it. There are like 3 different settings. The way to unlock the bike is with the bike off, you press and hold the power button for a little bit over 10 seconds, like 10 or 11 seconds, and it will actually flash and show you there are 3 modes. There's P00, P01, and P02. So you can change between those and you'll get different speed modes. So the bike from factory is on P00. Once you hold the power button once and cycle it, it will change to P01. Then you can let go and the screen will be normal and you'll have like 3 pedal assist modes. Then you have to repeat the process. So turn the bike back off, turn it on again, holding the power button for 10 seconds, and it will show P02. And now you've completely unlocked the bike and you'll have 4 speed modes. I understand that this can get a little confusing and I don't want to confuse you, so I left detailed instructions in the description down below on how to unlock it. I already unlocked mine and put it into P02, which means I have 4 pedal assist modes. You access them by hitting this left arrow. So we have 4 of them. For our speed test, I'm going to be testing speed mode 4. So I got my GPS app open, speed reset. Let's see how fast this thing can go. Unlocked, pedal assist mode 4. Okay, so the takeoff is decent. There was a slight delay, 0.2 of a second before the motor started going, but it started going and it's going pretty fast. The bike is already showing 34 miles an hour. This bike is supposed to hit 28 miles an hour. I'll be completely honest with you, if I can get anywhere over 25 with my weight on it, I'll consider it a success. And I think this should be enough for my GPS app to register the speed. Let's check our results. Oh my God, look at this. My GPS app clocked us at 32.1 miles per hour. That is insane. 32.1 miles per hour with my weight on it, 160 pounds. That is absolutely great. I love when this happens, when a brand advertises a top speed, but you end up getting more than what they advertise. That rarely happens. Very, very good. I said I would be happy with anything over 25 because it's supposed to hit 28. Not only we passed that, we passed the 28 miles an hour mark. Absolutely crazy. I consider this an extremely successful speed test. The feeling that I'm getting right now is it's like between an e-bike and like a mountain bike. That's the feeling I'm getting. This bike is fairly tall. It's a fairly big bike, but even though it has 20-inch by 4-inch tires, I get the feeling like I'm riding on a 26-inch tire setup, big mountain bike. I'm sitting above everything. That's the feeling I'm getting. But regardless of that, the bike feels extremely light and very agile. It's super nimble. Like you can throw it around. It feels actually really good. The frame feels pretty solid, but let's see how stable this bike is. Okay, so it's just leaning a little bit because it's so light. If your body is slightly leaning, it's gonna lean towards that way, but I was still able to go over a bump without touching the handlebars, and it stayed straight, so pretty good. As far as the brakes go, we have mechanical brakes with 180 millimeter rotor, working my way up to about 20 miles an hour, hitting the brake in 3, 2, go. Oh wow. Okay, so we're looking at a rough estimate stopping distance of about 20 feet or so from about 20 miles an hour. Now, one thing to keep in mind is these brakes are brand new. They will get better with time. Second thing is they are mechanical, so they can be adjusted. You can give them more bite or less bite. I did not touch mine. This is how they came out of the box. I will say that I wish this bike had hydraulic brakes. Would have been a lot better, but anyways, that was our brake test. So this is our suspension over here. We have a generic basic front fork that's a little bouncy. As far as the rear goes, it's there and I can feel it, but it's a little bit too stiff for my liking. But let's see, how does this thing do over a bump while I'm sitting down? What will it feel like? Yeah, exactly like I envisioned, a little bit bouncy. Let's try another one here while standing up and see what happens. Okay, that felt a lot better. Now let's see if this thing likes a little curb hop over here. Oh, that sounded a little aggressive, not gonna lie. I'm not sure if I bottomed out the fork or not, but I landed pretty hard. It handled it, but made some noise that I didn't really like. It seems like that for regular commuting and road riding, the suspension should be sufficient enough, but that was our suspension test. So I'm 5'8", 160 pounds. This is what I look like on this bike. Like I said earlier, it is a bigger bike, so it should be good enough for taller people as well. Sitting position is decent, nice and comfortable. I'm not totally hunched over, but I'm not fully upright as well. I'm like right in between, almost like a racy type of stance. Let's see pedaling wise. Oh yeah, so plenty of room while pedaling. Feels pretty natural. I do want to show you the seat real quick, so let's talk about that. This is our seat over here. Now, it starts off very thin and then opens up and becomes extremely wide, and it's fairly long. And as far as comfort level and foam, look at this, hopefully comes across on camera. So in the scale of soft to stiff, let's just say soft is 1, medium is 5, and stiff is 10. I'd consider this between medium and stiff, probably around 7.5 or 8 in that scale, if that makes any sense. The thing is, it is shaped in such a way that even though it's stiffer, it actually feels very comfortable. It's not like flat. There's like a little curve to it, so when you sit, it kind of nestles you in there, and it feels actually pretty decent for a harsh seat. By far the most comfortable stiff seat I've ever got to review, if that makes any sense. And other than that, the size and fit on this thing is pretty good. So, tune and pedal assist. Like I said in the speed test, you can unlock this to like 3 different modes. I'm in P02 mode, and I do get 4 different pedal assist modes, and I want to show you the throttle curve real quick. So I'm in pedal assist mode 4, and I can barely touch the throttle, like literally a millimeter, and it's registering my input. and making this thing crawl, so it's like not 0 to 100. Turning radius is pretty good on this thing, and then when you do need it, give it full power and it starts going. Now it's not the fastest bike in the world, but it does reach its top speed fairly quick. Now I do want to talk about the whole unlocking situation. I really like that, and you get, like I said, 3 different, let's call it stages. So you have the factory one, which is considered P00. You only get 2 pedal assist modes, and the bike is capped at, you know, a very low speed. Then you have a way to unlock it to open up 3 speed modes, and a way to unlock it to get the full power of this bike. So that I really like that they included it, and changing between them is actually very simple, so I like that. Another thing I want to talk about very quickly is this whole throttle situation. So out of the box, the bike does not come with this throttle. You actually get a full grip like we have on the left side, but they do include this half twist throttle in the box, and you can easily install it. You just have to remove the original grip that it came with, throw this on, and there's a connection that actually goes into the screen. Pretty straightforward and easy. So I like the fact that they give you that option for people who want to stay completely legal and not even have a throttle and only use pedal assist. You do have that option. People who want the throttle have that option. I like that. Now, speaking of pedal assist, let's see how that works. I got my left foot forward, 1 revolution. Okay, so like 1.25 revolutions, and the pedal assist kicks in, and it kicks in right away. It doesn't ease into it, it just kicks in right away. And that's how this pedal assist works. Overall, great tune on this bike. Now let's test our off-road performance. It's gonna be a short section, but it's just to give you guys a general idea of what this thing is kind of capable of. Now I know I've said that I'm getting the vibe of a mountain bike and e-bike, but I consider this more of like a commuting in a cool way, especially with the way this frame looks. This bike definitely has a lot of style. I wouldn't really consider it an off-roader, but it is a review and I want to test it. Now the section I was just at is pretty flat and shouldn't be, you know, difficult for a bike like this. But now I got something that's a little bit more demanding. It is a short section, but it's a little bit more, a little bumpier. And we have this little hill climb over here. Will it have enough power for that, or will it not like it? Come on. Just about. Had to give it a little push with the pedals towards the end. Now let's check our suspension. Downhill. Okay, like I said, very basic, generic fork. Pretty good for road riding. It could definitely handle light trail work like a park like this or whatever, but I wouldn't really take it on a crazy off-roading excursion. So what do I think about the DYU M20 electric bike? Let's do things I like, things I don't like, and is this thing good value for money or not? I'll start with things I like, and first and foremost is the way this thing looks. Like I said in the intro, this is the most unique looking bike I've ever got to review. In a world where a lot of these companies are using the same style frames over and over again, it's kind of refreshing to see something original, and this thing definitely will turn heads. Very nice looking bike. Secondly is the fact that I was able to hit a faster top speed than advertised. Now I did have to unlock this bike, but the fact that you can unlock it and have different unlocking modes and able to hit a higher top speed, that's always welcoming. I really like that. Now let's do things I don't like, and throughout the review I tried thinking about things I don't like, just so I'm honest with you guys. In this case there are a few. The first one is gonna have to be the brakes. Now they work, of course, and they'll stop the bike, but I wish this bike had hydraulic brakes. Would have taken it to a completely new level. The second thing is that seat. Now again, it's harsh, but it is comfortable, but it is on the harsher side of things. If it was a little bit softer, just a little bit more, 10-15% softer, would have made for a way nicer seat. Now again, that angle that it has It is comfortable, but it is a little harsh, so I wish that was softer. As far as the suspension goes, like I said, it's basic, generic, but for road riding, it was decent. I wish that rear shock was a little bit softer as well, like 20% softer would have made for a nicer ride. But at the same time, we have to look at the overall picture and the price of this bike, which brings me to my last point. Is this thing good value for money or not? Since you can unlock it and achieve faster speeds, then I think it makes it worth it for the price, especially since this is such a unique looking bike. I like that. Now I will have a discount code for you guys that will be in the description down below, as well as a pinned comment to make your life easy. Now I'm pretty sure I was able to go over everything there is to know about the DYU M20 electric bike. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.